I'm there, I leave town.
Yeah, judgment in the town.
Yeah.
And Babylon
10,000
gone.
and 7,000.
Babylon gone. All the Jesus people, them a kill up them one another. The white man gone. You see?
Half bag on you.
And right now,
Give me a piece more before you go in, man. Where you go?
me gone.
You got a dead Rasta, I'm to you.
I tried, yes, sir.
Yeah, man. I leave it down.
Yeah, if I the town get trouble. I'm wicked.
You them not more loving than them, they carries or nothing again.
Oh, them see have love and white God them praise fire. White God them praise, you know. And the white God a kill off all of them one another. That is Jesus' praise.
I'm there.
mindset.
Blessed love, pleasant good night, pleasant good morning. Yes, honorable family, warm welcome mindset program. I just am your host, and I want to greet the item in the divine name of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie I, and also Empress Menen I, Holy Emmanuel I, King Selassie I Jah, Rastafari. One more day, and we're above ground. As you know, life is our ultimate position. Not no greater than that, no matter what go on. So we're giving thanks and praise for that. Saying, yeah, man. Yeah, another Sabbath has gone by. Give thanks. Another 7 days have begun. Yeah, and we are push forward, Yeah, man. Give thanks to the Lord of the Sabbath. Yeah. As you know, the Sabbath was made for man, but not man for the Sabbath or woman. So we give thanks that we're able to, take the time out for all our rest, repose, rejuvenate, re-energize, refocus, realign, ourselves, with the Most High Father and Mother of creation, King Alpha and Queen Omega, beginning without end, first without last. Yeah, man. We give thanks. Yes, so program is powered by, as you know, officially by YardSlangz Clothing. Want to large up YardSlangz, manners and respect. YardSlangz, wait there. Somebody say something about Jamaican patois in a style and fashion. Yes, the Ras. Me a search the other day online and buck up on a new, authentic Jamaican clothing brand. Wagwan are the latest and newest one. In a t-shirt, hoodie, slippers and woman's bag. And a whole heap of other things I may not even mention. Search online for more information. YardSlangz, hit them with a bang. Yeah, man, YardSlangz. Check them out on all of the social platforms. Yeah, man, whether it's the Facebook or the Instagram. You can also check the website for your customized design. Yeah, man. So, also want to share some information for the item to segue. As you know, so this is an international platform. Even though we're based here in the UK, but international platform. So I want to share a bit of information to the item. All of the ones and ones them who is in these vicinity, on the America side, the 93rd coronation, of His Imperial Majesty and Her Majesty, November 2nd, to the 4th anniversary celebration, which will be held in Philadelphia. Yeah. The item can, reach out to all who is interested. The number is on the screen there, but Ones can reach out to Honorable Priest Merle Zane and contact 646 745 1841. Let me repeat that. 646 745 1841. Zane. That is Honorable Priest Merle. Alternatively, you can also contact Honorable Priest Ruben on 215-880-1747. See? 215-880-1747. Alright. Yeah. So that will be held in Philadelphia. Yeah. So for more information, just contact those number. You know what I mean? For ones and ones who is on that side. Alright. Yeah. Yes, honorable family. So give thanks. We're there. And a whole lot of things to really talk about, to be honest. Yeah, a lot of things to talk about. Alright. Johnny Johnson from Mexico. Manners and respect, honorable family. Yeah, man. Give thanks for tuning in, Yeah. So, yeah, I see a whole lot of things to talk about, but we're looking at Matthew 5, verse 5. Yeah. Why poverty is a crime? Why poverty is a crime? Yeah. Why poverty is a crime? Matthew 5 might have a different reading or interpretation. See? But that is what we're looking at today. Matthew 5. After the Sabbath, yeah, Yeah, Matthew 5. But before we really delve into the subject matter, we want to look on some few other things that we see I go around, and think I probably need a separate video still, but we're there right now, so we are going to talk. Yeah, we are going to talk because I see a thing happening in Jamaica. See a thing happening in Jamaica where a woman video a next woman in a do a indecent act in a public domain. Saying public domain, and in a public space where food is being catered. See? And say, well, the indecent act first and foremost, a woman I don't know, well, according to the woman, Zin, according to the woman, because I go according to what me hear she say. According to the woman, saying something happened to her and she mess up herself. Then she pour herself in a space where is a place where them sell crab, them boil and boil crab and sell crab and so on. Saying so. You know, say, in a space like that where you angle food, saying, sanitary and hygiene have to be at the highest level. Then, yeah, at the highest level. Because I remember a few years ago, probably about a year ago. I remember 2 years ago, I do a food and safety course. Saying food and safety, health and safety food course. Saying, and you can't mix vegetable. For instance, if you cut up some vegetable and you go cut up meat, then for all of the people who eat meat and them something. If you go cut up meat, you can't use the same chopping board, you can't use the same knife, then and cut up the vegetable as you use for cut up the meat. Then because one of them you go contaminate whatever the meat have on it, and you go use put the vegetable, it go contaminate the vegetable. Then so all these things you have to take into consideration, when it comes to food, that food is, you are going to digest this, you are going to intake it. So you can't have no germs. That is the idea of the thing. It have to be, prepare in a place where it is clean and sanitary. Zin, that you don't catch germs and you don't cross-contaminate meat and vegetables and all of these things when they are raw. You understand? So, health, food hygiene, Zin, is paramount important. You understand? Paramount important. Now, the lady said, something happened to her, she feel away, and next thing she know, she mess up herself. Then that is what me hear she said. But according to the videos that is out there and circulating, that the lady, a lady who working at the same space, then a lady who working at the same space, a video this woman upon more than one occasion, then feeling bad more than one time, and the same thing happened to her more than one time. Then now I don't really saw it go, because fear story don't add up to the image that is circulating. That is more than one time she caught in the act, then our video in the act doing the same indecent thing in a place where them are prepare food for the public. Then them are prepare food for the public, and them don't have no water facility where you can wash your hands. They don't have any bathroom facilities where you can go and use the toilet or the bathroom and wash your hand. The woman is caught being doing that indecent act. It wasn't something that she feel bad. It's something that she do on a regular basis. See, a regular basis. A regular basis. That is bad. In a space where, people, you yourself are sell to other people. See? You are sell other people, and you've been doing that for God knows how long. No water not there because we hear say them thief the pump that would make the water facility for wash and so forth would work, but them thief the pump. Some unscrupulous, undesirable element thief the pump. The people them not have no water for wash their hand and these type of things. Then now what she did is indecent. And me hear she compound the thing, and it's like she is trying to justify that indecent act. She a come to justify the indecent act where, according to her, if something like that happen, if something like that really happened to you, then according to the narrative that she said pan the Jamaican news outlet, according to her narrative or according to her story, then if something like that take place, then you would go to your house, you would go to your yard. You understand? You would take away yourself. You wouldn't try to clean up in a space where say other people there sell them thing and something like that man, you are clean up yourself there, sir. Nah, man. Something wrong with you, man. Something wrong with you. See it? Something wrong with you. You are going to take away yourself. And because that it going to be so embarrassing for no say boy something like that happened to you. You know what I mean? You're not even going to want nobody know. You are going to take away yourself quick and fast. But you said that happened, and then you clean up yourself desert and then go down a your yard, go be a dank. You're a wicked lying woman, man. You're a wicked lying woman. It's something that you've been doing all along, and you're trying to justify it by even asking the cameraman, say, boy, don't, she out of order for video me, don't it? No, she's right to video you. She's not out of order. You is the one that is out of order doing something like that. See, she want to see order. You understand? She don't want to see indecency take place. in a public space, you a poo in a bucket. Where food are sell and are served to the public. Eh? Nah, man. And then you have the people, you have some people are threatening the woman who video the act, you know. I threaten the woman, you know, for expose the nasty indecency of this vendor, you know. Zin, where I sell to people the amount of germs all them people will buy from her. Oh my God, imagine how them people feel for no say boy no water never dead and the woman do these things and wipe up herself. Just imagine if, my God, no, I'm laughing something, but Jano, it's thing terrible. See, so through the woman now, the woman want to see the place in a better stance. Zin, where you have better facility, because even though we are burn a fire upon the woman for do that indecency, which without doubt you have to burn a fire upon that. Zin, you also have to bring in, you have to haul in, drag in. Zin, the governance of the country, the ones them who are govern the island, you have to all them in at this too, because them Zin, them are the head. And if the head, because remember now, you know, this is a space where people are working, you know, and I pay tax and whatever, you know. Zin, it's not a free for all. The people them who the in other space that them have to pay them tax. So through the people them pay them tax, and it's a workspace that the workspace have more than 5 people at work in other workspace there. So you see, if the workspace they have more than 5 vendors at work in other space there, proper facility have a set up there, so because more than 5 people there they at work. Zin? So you have to have bathroom and you have to have kitchen, because more than 5 people there at work in other location, the space there. Zin, the space I use for sell to the public. Zin, so the government, the MP, yeah, for that space there, for that constituency there, the mayor, whoever within governance supposed to make sure say them people there who are sell down there so have the right, the proper facility. Zin, them have to have the proper facility, because you're doing them a disservice by them not having the proper facility to serve the public. To serve the public. So you just see the standard, virgin. The mindset of the government. You can't, the standard. You see the standard of the mindset of the government, that not even the people them, and the people them now agitate for say them want better. Them just accept it because, alright, what them a do a favor by doing this? No, it's something that's supposed to be there because people have skills and talents and people want to work and earn. Zine for better themselves. So that space they created for people to use the space for sell what them a sell, crab circle or whatever. Zine. So how on earth now you not gonna have a bathroom and a kitchen and all of them things there? Male and female bathroom. Zine. How on earth you're not going to have that? It don't make sense. Zine, because if that facility was there, me can't see that woman they would be doing something. Me can't see she would not do that. Because if she would not do that, she would have worse than what we are seeing now. Because that facility would have dead there and she not use it, then it's like, me don't know, animalistic. Then, but the facility is not there. Then, you can't blame the people them for the facility is not there because it's not for them to provide the facility there. It's for the governance, the council of that area need to make sure say that they're there for the people them who are work there, so. But when it not there, so, then the people them, some people who indecent go and do them indecent behavior there in a public space. And something like that, you warrant, you are going to get locked up. If I in England today, you are going to get locked up for that. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, you're going to get locked up for that, man. Public indecency. If you do that, and then one justify it on top of it. Eh? You cannot justify that. You can't justify that. You see me? Because who to tell her go that more than one people go down and do the same thing? Who knows? I don't know, but you know, she get caught in the act doing it more than one time. And then I come pan public TV, I come live on top of it. You should have hide your face. You shouldn't, you know what I mean? You should have made the people them hide their face. You shouldn't even put your, I don't know. Social media these days, you know, she probably wanted to go viral. She did. You know what I mean? She did. Oh, you manage to do, you know what I mean? Oh, you manage to do something like that? Nah, man. No. So what? That does show you the mindset of some of the people. The standard. The standard of some of the people. Some of the people. Low. Seeing? Poor mindset. Poor. But I wouldn't say a poverty make that happen because, you know, she a work. She a work. Is indecency make that take place. Indecency. You see me? How you have to do something like that? How you have to do something like that? Nah, man. Nah. And then you have some people that defend her. Let me say some people, that are where some people that do. That is where some people do. All of the people them will defend her and threaten the next woman, and I say the woman are inform and mash up them business and where. Nah. Remember when me a youth and them used to have a soup man used to there out of half a tree there. Seeing? And more than one of them over the years. But I remember that one soup man used to there out of half a tree. And me I tell her say crowd when me sell the line long for buy soup from this man here, man. When me say line long for buy soup, crowd out of half a tree there. See it? And you know say lo and behold, a dog the man a cooking at the soup, virgin. And it wasn't a Chinese, you know? It wasn't a Chinese man. But a dog, the man a cook in the soup. Zin, and it wasn't a Chinese man, it was a black judgment ball Jamaican. And me I tell her say, whenever time that the man they come out and catch up in coal fire, man, and put on in soup pot, man, and soup ready. Remember me tell a man, a long line, man, people come with all container, you know, man. People come with container, people that come from work and make sure they have them container, cause soup, dark soup for dinner. No. When me say dark soup for dinner. See it? And all along them people never know say a dog the man a sell them. The people them never know. You see me? The people them never know say a dog the man a sell them. All along. And the people them tell her how it's soup nice. Me I tell her say a line, and I remember I come from school, you know, man. And I go home and I pass this evening time, you know, man. Remember me tell you, you know, long line, you know. Yo, dog soup, the man I sell the people them. Dog soup. And to how it look like one of the nicest dog soup the people have ever get. Yo, it look like one of the nicest the people have ever get, man. Let me tell you, man, people come with container, virgin. Then people come with container. A full container. You think a joke? Bold star, bless up it and a joke thing, man. And a joke thing. Then I cleaner, man. I one of them because the man start branch out as a different man. Then because them did catch up on him. And couple years later me did hear say them catch one over Portmore too. One did there over Portmore where at the same is him I keep up. You see me? When them checks here the Chinese, And check see how the Chinese cook off the dog, and the man a cook off the people a mongrel dog to man a run the Chinese out of business. Yo, may I tell ya? Yeah man, man I get the Chinese man run for them money man. See? Dog soup, but the people them not advertise say a dog soup, them a sell. That are the thing, them not advertise say a dog soup. Cause they know if the people them find out say a dog soup, a dog soup, them not buy. See? Because Jamaican people, Jamaican people in them something there. Jamaican people in them something there, virgin. Then, what kind of dog soup? Well, me no know today what go on because the thing out of course right now. Gone. Me not telling people. Serious. It's serious. You know what I mean? Yeah, hey. I don't know about to interfere with the live, okay? Me not even reach nowhere in the live. Alright, so I don't know about to interfere with it. Please. Yeah. But a serious thing, serious judgment ball thing. People must sell dog soup, Dog soup. Me see one video. But listen, them thing I don't know forget alarm about because there's certain place in Africa that all in Ghana, the people them eat dog pan a different level blood. Zine and rat and these type of things. You see me as a not rat. You have a different. You have a thing where them call bush meat. Yo, I'm glad say. These are what we eat the city there. Yeah, I tell you, I'm glad say boy, yo, I strictly, plants. Strictly herbs and plants, May I tell you, strictly herbs and plants. Yeah. So, you know what I mean? But I don't know if a poverty why, people will resort to, them type of, liberty there or it's cultural, to eat dog and I don't know. But to the subject still, to the the lady that that do that, she need to clean up her act and she need to I don't know. She need to get some form of education pan that. Some community, because no, that is not good. The people them need training, yeah, proper health hygiene, food anglers training, give the people them the training, let them know that, yeah, these things are not permitted. I mean, these things can't happen when you deal with food. You can't, none at all. Alright? Can't, and the lady where the whistleblower, the woman where do the videoing, may I tell her, she feel work for one of them big CVM or one of them TVJ, them for IR. You understand? Make she do videoing for them. Yeah. Serious and pay her a good salary a month time. Alright? She good. Yeah. She blow the whistle. Yeah, upon the nasty act there. That was a nasty act. A nasty act, man. I tell her. Nasty. Right, and the people them feel like say, boy, yeah man, that is something nice. That is something. No. No. Something like that. No. So you say a poverty make them think they go on? You say poverty away with disease, poverty and ignorance, just say. Yeah, for real. Yeah, man. That there, you know, I'm the type of thing that, no, sir. Terrible. You know, people have to do better than that, man. Yeah, people have to do better than that. But anyway, that is that for, you know, for that. Alright? Yeah. But, yeah, to the subject matter. To the subject matter. You know, Matthew 5. Speaking about the meek. The meek shall inherit the earth. The meek, meaning the poor, the low, the downtrodden, shall inherit the earth, the kingdom of God. Poverty, is it a crime or a state of mind? What is it? Because if we have the Bible, I tell we say I know. Say boy, the meek shall inherit the earth. It's like it is okay to be poor, because later on in life you go and inherit the earth. So right now, being poor and in poverty is okay. That is what Matthew 5 is really saying. And that is a condition of the mind. That is a condition of the mind. That later on you are going to inherit the earth. If you're just okay right now with being poor and being in poverty, how much people really take that on board? How much people really take that on board? How much people take that programming on board? Pardon me. How much people really take that programming on board, man? Yeah, honorable family. How much? That it's okay to be poor. It's okay. Because the meek are going to inherit everything later on. Later on when? Later on when? Why should we accept being poor? Because if you're poor, what that is? You have a poor mindset. You have a poor outlook on life. Then everything around you is poverty. Because your mindset is poor. Why should people accept that programming? Why have you accept that programming? The meek shall inherit the earth. Because there's certain things that doesn't fit, not because it is in the Bible. Certain things just doesn't sit well. I'll know me no mention riches, you know, and money. I'll know me no talk about poverty. No me no mention no riches or no money. Still, but you know. But the people accept a poverty lifestyle. And even within Rastafari, it's like it's okay to not have it, you know. It's okay to not have anything. Because you know, still I say I give everything look more, man. Don't worry yourself, man. Still I say I give everything later. So just be poor right now. Must accept being poor. Must accept the poverty lifestyle. Why? No go so. Why people should accept that? Because the Bible tell us said the meek shall inherit the earth. Something off with that. Wait to die. Wait to suffer. Living, man. Live. You know what I mean? Live wealthy, man. Why you should have wealthy there? Wealth is there and poverty is there, and you choose poverty over wealth. Why you do that? Why you would want to choose poverty over wealth? The two of them is there. You have the option to choose. And you choose poverty over wealth. But yet them tell you, say, you know, it's better for the camel to go to the eye of the needle. Zine. How the scripture go again? I think I'm mixing it up. See? Because basically, with the scripture there say, you know, if you have riches, it's like you gain the world and lose your soul. If you have wealth, let me not say riches, you know, if you have wealth, it's like you have obtained the whole world and lost your soul. That is what them try to push in the mind of the people. So the people them feel like say, boy, yo, if me rich or if me have whole pa money or if me wealthy, you know, me now go enter into the kingdom of the Most High. That is the narrative, because it you know, where I tell you in Matthew 5 say, if you know, if you're poor, you are going to inherit the earth. And then in another scripture that tell us, boy, you know, it is better that you're not rich, because if you're rich, it's like you sell your soul. Confusion, you know. You see me? Confusion. So where the people am going to choose? Because you have certain people who, when them have this book in them hand, or in a them head then, and them can wheel it on the people, and make the people them believe, say, yo, yeah man, it is okay for you to be poor. It is okay to live in poverty, because Jesus I go give you everything later. Or when you're dead and gone to heaven, you're going to get everything. This type of thing, you know. And the people them accept being poor. People them accept living in poverty. See, because the Bible tell them so. And the man of God tell them so. And them accept it. And see, say, when them poor, them can't even pay them tithes. Them can't even pay them offering. Them can't even buy food. Because the money is just to make sure say them return to the plantation every week. Every week. Blessed love, my Lord. This is some little things that go on where, you know what I mean? It's a joke. It's a joke, man. You can't have a choice of being wealthy, being poor, and because someone sell you a program and you download it and accept it, you accept it Eh? You accept being poor. You accept being poor. Blessed love, honorable prophet Brian. Yeah, man, Black Star Movement Association. Yeah. Poverty is a crime. So the meek shall inherit the hurt. At what point? At what point? Is in? At what point the meek shall inherit the earth? And what that mean? Inherit the earth. What does that mean? You just inherit the earth and that is it? What that mean? You inherit the earth. Yeah, because, you know, I think that is conditioning people to be poor. Yeah, that is conditioning people to be poor, man. Why should we wait? Sit around and wait. When every day passes by, you're not getting any younger. Once a man, twice a child. So why should we sit around and wait? To inherit what? Them say struggling is the reality of life. Yeah, you can struggle for a pint, up to a pint, but don't let it be a career. Don't let it be the center of your life. You know what I mean? Why should you be struggling all the days of your life? And for many people, that is their reality. Because they have conditioned their mind. Imagine certain religious background people who take these things to heart and say because Jesus says so. Jesus says so. As me the other day, I talk about the elderly lady in Jamaica. She's 102. See? And she don't have no light in her house. And she can't get light in her. By bridging light. You can bridge light and, you know, have light in her house. But she said because of her religious belief, she now got bridge no light. You know what I mean? Which, you know, at her age, having the light would benefit her. But because of her religious belief, she refused to bridge any light. You know what I mean? She refused. So, religion at times, these religious programming, hold your back. Religious programming. And a lot of the people, they are religious minded. So poverty is them reality. You see me? Poverty is their reality. The meek. Why? Why the meek forget anything, man? Everything gone. Everything gone. You see me? By the meek forget anything. Them boy run gone with everything. The meek shall inherit the earth. Nah, man. When I say if you gain the world and lose your soul, see? But poverty, nah, man. Poverty bring too much crime. Poverty bring too much crime. Poverty is a disease. Poverty is a disease. Poverty is a disease. You see me? Yeah, man. Poverty is a disease that need for rooted out. Yeah. Yeah. Poverty need for root out. And some of the people who make poverty become a household name. And some of the people who have microphones and institutions and entity, theologian colleges and all these things. And them a teach and a recruit and a send out. See? For program people to think that way, that, yeah man, it's okay to be poor. When them themselves ain't poor. Look on all of these pastors that teach or preach prosperity teaching or preaching. Them have private jets. Them have more than one vehicle. Them house have more than one bedrooms and rooms on top of rooms. Flights of stairs, different stories. Zane, they're not poor. They're wealthy. They're wealthy. But them condition the mind of the people. Yeah. Condition the mind of the people to be poor. So, we'll take some phone call in our night. Is poverty a crime or it's a state of mind? We'll take calls on 07852923892. Is poverty a crime or it's a state of mind? I want to know the them thoughts, let's reason. At the time I know it's 10 minutes after the hour 4 a.m. We're taking calls on 07852923892. Is poverty a crime or it's a state of mind? It might sound like a rhyme, but it's surely what we are seeing right before our eyes. People okay with poverty. People alright. As me I talk about the woman a while ago, as me I said, it's like the people them feel say because them poor and them have that little facility there is like a something the government do for them, so them not really in the position for ask for no more. Them not in the position for ask for better facility because what them a get a little favor already. So you know, make we just accept this and nobody ask for too much. No. That is a poor mindset. Ask for what is you're entitled to. You're entitled to better facility, proper facility, the recommended facility. That is what you know you're entitled to. Not just anything. Not just anything. And seeing the multitude went up into a mountain, and when he was set, his disciples came unto him, and he opened his mouth and taught them, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for there is the kingdom of Zion, our heaven. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for there is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Yeah. And that is out of the mouth of Christ. Right? See it? So what? You're supposed to be alright with being poor. Blessed is the poor in spirit. Blessed. Interesting word, you know. Yeah, blessed. Interesting word. Don't you think? Yeah, man. Blessed is an interesting word. Blessed are the poor in spirit. Yeah. Yeah, everybody wanna like to be poor. Who like to be poor? Who like to be poor? Eh? Nobody not like to be poor, man. You show me one person who like to be poor. Who like to be poor? Blessed love.
Greetings and salutations.
Honorable my lord.
Yes, honorable ijahstars, rich forever.
Yes, honorable prophet
So the
Brian.
intro go. So the intro go.
True.
Yeah, man. Strength and power, majesty. Manuel I Selassie I Jah.
Yeah. Rastafari.
Rastafari. Yeah, man. How good and pleasant it is, majesty. With them great time of transition in ya, where, yeah, such meditations like these need to be addressed as the tentacles of mental slavery, since slavery is still up on I mentality as black people. Even the mighty and conscious great Rastafari people, them who more than anybody else is poverty stricken, need to come to terms and find spiritual and material balance and take on the fullness within the full circle of life, what it means to live and live a good life. Because while to have a life is one thing, it doesn't necessarily mean so you're living. Yeah, because a lot of I people have life, but them not living a life. Them are living a poverty, them are living a misery, horrible conditions, like you expressed with the woman there, whether it's her mentality or living conditions or whatnot, but just those kind of horrendous situations is not good. And we always had the poor and these things. You always have the aristocrat them with their feudalism system, and then the clergy them And they have a long history of robbing the local poor them, trick them with God and Satan and hellfire and these things and fear monger and curse them into this God in the sky and this and that and you know. And before even the white men come, you had we own black African people that do the same thing, my lord. These so-called Hobia mans and Sia mans, them same way. The thing never did start with slavery. Slavery just happened to highlight it within a particular time.
True.
These things was going on from time immemorial because the ignorance of just humanity, lacking a certain knowledge of self and connection to the Most High God. So where there was other ones who is more cunning, they use their cunningness to outwit the fools or the ignorance who couldn't help themselves, superstitious and various things, and pretty much name them food in terms of giving them some sort of false hope, false belief, misdirection, and take what they look at what them have. And we see that widespread now in the modern age with the clergy of the pastors, them, the look up in pastors, them, the Christendom, where I take the look of people, their money. You know, Hobia man still take people money. Hobia man are going before Christianity, and them think they still take people money. You know?
Yeah, man.
So, the Matthew 5, like personally, I don't really see nothing wrong with it per se. Just like most, if not all, of the Bible. But within a layman's term, miseducation, misunderstanding, translation and English, clean heart as well. A lot of prerequisite that is not there. The I people to come and read this big book, whole heap of page called Bible, with a whole heap of English words and meanings and synonyms and things. And imagery on top of it based off a couple 100 years with a certain imagery of seeing things a certain way. So I people lack imagination and vision and different things. You can see things in a different light. So when I see or read or hear about the Matthew 5 within a Christ context, I don't see it as we say love poor. I see that is where the misunderstanding come in when things are taken literal. And we know so the Bible is a poetry book full of style and fashion. It could easily be taken out of context. But I know Christ represents the Redeemer and the great Comforter. And he's coming to oppress people, just like how King Emmanuel come to I in a bondage. As an oppressed people, downtrodden Israelite was downtrodden. And the Christ come as a reviver, to revive back the spirit. So the one was comforting ones in the state that we were in, which is of poverty. And while the Romans, them and other ones, the white men, them, if in these times other nations that go about their way, the Christ was just reminding them to say, yo, now watch my face, you know, because the poor is blessed and that. But it's not just to say the poor, but it's the poor within Christ, the poor within the faith. Christ was not speaking about the poor outside of the faith. It's just the conditions where the Israelites them find themselves. Poor, lose Jerusalem, under bondage in a Babylon, you know, in a various different parts. This, that, all kind of thing are going on. Jerusalem get mashed down. So they find themselves in a poor state, a poverty state. So Christ is just reminding them, say, hey, the kingdom is not just a rich man thing. You know, a camel will go through the eye of a needle before a rich man enter. And that rich is not to say wealthy and have the consciousness of Christ, but a man will put him trust in his money versus having a conscious connection with Christ, where even the poor, because they don't have any help of any rich and the ruling systems, they're more blessed because they more look to God, they more have a faith. And so them become blessed, you know, because you more have a, right now, a rich man most not believe in a God. Most rich man believe in their money. You more find poor people, even if I know the real, or we can't scrutinize to say I know the real thing and religion fake. Poor people more have a heart where them I look to a God to provide them look a bickle, farm a man feed for rain, for them look a crops come in. They more have a heart where them I look out to say, yes, God are almighty, whether in themselves or out of themselves, but at least them acknowledge that there's a greater creator and them a beg for your help, a prayer, or whatever. The rich man now, he go by if he say, my power and my might and my money in my hand. So what God? My business with no God. I know God give me food. I mean make food. I mean buy food. I mean slave out man and get what me want. What kind of God you chat about? I mean do everything by my own means and deny God. So I would in them the kind of context there, it have to be seen as when the Christ has said the poor is blessed and we shall inherit the kingdom and this or that. Because meek just means submission. One of the synonyms to meek just means submission. You know? So meek within Christ, meek by submitting to the Christ way and the Christ teaching is like Christ just a comfort the ones and say, yo, I don't know rich man thing, you know, even though you might be poor. I mean, say if you know, if you go look where try find some sort of livelihood and balance up yourself in a life. And if riches come down, set your heart on it. You know what I mean? I say? But of course, you got to take that and better yourself and better your family and these things. But we know so the greater love and the greater ideal is a spiritual wealth. You know, love amongst brethren and sisters and family and these things. So it is a righteousness versus a corruption. It's a balance within a material versus a running down vanity and putting that above the brothers and the sisters kind of vibe. So Christ just told them said there is a place and a lot feed the poor and have-nots and these things. And when the kingdom set up, the poor is have a part in of that. Because them are the one who have suffered through the earth as a result of these leaders, these craven leaders, these oppressional leaders that hold them down and thing. Bloody and murderous. Maybe a man even try rise and then kill them out. What do you think you're going? Hold them down. Slavery like we've been through as black people. Many of us try to rise and we get chopped down before we even reach certain place. So it's just a reminder with the Christ of comfort to say, yo, don't worry, just like if we have children, you know, maybe we want a better kind of living now with daughter and with son, they can't get the latest Jordans or the latest laptop with they think, you know what I say? And we comfort them, mother or father, and I say, yo, don't worry, you know. You're going to make you one day, or don't worry, you know, the time you come and you're going to bless and nice certain way, you know. So Christ just comfort the people them with a niceness. But the literal ignorant mind now, take it out of context and run with it. So just have it as, yeah, man, if you have something, you curse, you know. If you have something in your life, you curse, you know, bless. What a man, a girl 5 stacks, $5,000, yo, don't take that. Take that, you're not blessed, you know. If you want to be blessed, you have to be poor. It's against the rules to be blessed. Mm-hmm. And you have something. And last I checked, blessed means favor from the Most High God. And it's favor for what? Jah doesn't need to eat or drink or want cool or nothing like that. I is in the flesh need to eat and drink and these things. So favor from the Most High God would be, you know what I say? The things that we do on earth as human beings. We want our crop to come true. Why we want our crop to come true? Because we're going to sell those crop during harvest time so we get back a nice change. So we can build a nice home for the family. So we can get property and these things. The blessings of the Most High outside of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is material wealth. Because that is all there is on the earth. You know. Material wealth, eat, drink, give thanks for life, roof over your head. The basic standard of life should be guaranteed for all, like it's in pure majesty say. Food, clothes, and shelter. Guaranteed to all. So it's within this balance of life, I and I, black people, Rastafari especially, because in a lot of the ways how I would see it, that stigma has been something that wrap around Rasta that a lot of Rasta have hug up. Though we might kick off the tentacles of the fake foreign gods and non-black gods, we know so we trip over that one day as Rastafari. Because Rastafari, I said it before, the history of Rastafari started in a way where we in a bondage, we come to the black self. The people them did a harass way. Jamaican people them a harass way, along with Jamaican government. Rastafari I see a black god, them under the monarchy and I look upon a white Jesus. So we were scorned and considered the black heart man them. We had to take away ourselves because them a creep we head with broke buckle. Them a kill we. Even when you hear the political vibes right now going in Jamaica and the cry to make Rasta not get government. It's full circle. Jamaicans and the government, not just the government, but the people, the government and the people in hand, don't sell out Rastafari from them time there. From the time of Honorable John Marcus Garvey, from the time of the Honorable Leonard Howe, from the time of Sharp, various ones, you know.
Bobo.
You have Judgment Ball. Maroons was what was the slave catchers for the monarchy when certain warrior so-called prisoners of war run up in the hills of a plantation, and the British them a warm time. Who them request for? And the Maroons was the bounty hunter. Bear in mind, I know every Maroon, you know. But especially them treaty Maroon there. You know? And them especially, my lad, was the one requested to say, yo, them boy, they got up in a some near cockpit country kind of vibes. We carry them and give you a warm time. We call for some warrior Maroon to come catch her and I. Because that is part of the treaty if you know, say, yo, if you don't want to recognize us on our own and get this part of land settlement there within a Jamaica, yeah, part of the conditions is anytime we want to request a help or need enough to do a thing, because like one did run off already, one can't do nothing. But guess what? Not take nobody else. So anybody else come, you either catch them for it, or you report them, or you call them in, or something for it.
But
in addition to that, we might request your help as well.
Looking on that thing there, seeing? Cause watch ya. Imagine now, according to the narrative, according to the story, seeing that the Maroon have defeated, seeing the British, right? Now,
Yeah.
if that was the case, and if that is the case, then it is the Maroon that should be drafting up a treaty. Zine? It should be the Maroon, you know, because the Maroon now have the sovereign power of the island now, you know. So is the one that should be drafting up a treaty and a contract to say now, listen, Mr. Englishman, this is your terms and condition of you going to be on this island. You understand? How ludicrous it is that the man who get defeat are the one who a draft up the treaty and a give me, who is the champion, who have the power now of the people. You are give me terms and condition, Virgin. This is madness.
Yeah, because while I and I, you know, give thanks to any local, any overcoming of certain obstacles and any win, it is good for morale we would take. It's no different from the Haiti kind of vibes. But come on, in realistic overall within power, they never win, family. They never win. The British is an empire and the man them win on a flank. The British them is in America, them in Canada. Eh? Them have colony all over the world, the most of all of the colonial nations, the British Empire, vastest. So that was just one of the flank where they take over from the Spains them within Jamaica. And them run it and juice it out, whatever they can make a fight. And you had some rebellion slaves. So the treaty was just a form of quelling the slaves them, what they did want bring back under the subjugation as the rest of the slaves them when they have a come in pan regular. They run them business. And everything has to do with money. It was costing too much. Maybe it cost too much soldiers. And when them do them logistics within war, they commit a certain amount of soldiers and resources towards a particular island or a particular region where them conquer. So all them would do is no different than you have the Zulu them of South Africa there with Shaka Zulu. And when you look about all 100 so-called look at British and kill off thousands of Zulus. And the narrative is the Zulus them did win. Them in the look of flank, yes. Way more Zulus did dead than Judgment Ball, the British them there, the redcoats.
Mm-hmm.
And then give them a look of treaty and a blight. But we still see go on since South Africa get colonized overall. You know? So a lot of the time when we come here, it's a treaty and this one conquer that one day and they do that one day. It is kind of half-baked. It's not within the said self-esteem of who don't like to look upon it. You know? Haiti even had a better version because them take over the whole. Them would have even, in a Haiti, would be even more of a sovereign.
Yeah.
And it's along the similar lines with the terms where you see Haiti have to pay back. Just the other day, them finished pay back the last amount of them debt with them pay a couple of years back when they own judgment by France. You know? And France was an empire like as well, because them spread all over the place, Napoleon decided that. So once again, a specific amount of resources was allocated to Haiti there. To say, all right, we're going to go and manage the island here for the crown. You know? Go and manage Jamaica for the crown. They had a whole heap of place where they didn't manage for the crown, because it was an empire. So all of their resources never they just assigned to Jamaica like the whole British Empire. They are Jamaica and the Moors defeat Maroons defeat of the whole British Empire. It was just a local flank in the island of Jamaica. And you can see where them defeat off, them and them just isolate them from the rest of the slaves. If you know, say, we are going to go to a Bly, which is a settlement where we just leave, you know, because we gone up in a so high cockpit country, we hard to maneuver anyway. So we lose resources, you know, sugar cane plantation, I get burned down. So for the money level, you know, really, you know, what is cheaper if we just quell them, because it's a strategy, you know. Come like a man buy you out, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of a man reel up, and I look on the books and I say, oh, then judgment ball, Maroons are cost way much money. A judgment ball here, you know.
That's
You
general
go give them look money a treaty. You know, and sign a look a treaty, and some man probably all say, you really going to make, officer, you really going to make a deal with the British? The man will box him in the head and say, no, the British box him man all in the head and say, come on, fam, you think we're an idiot? A trick we trick off the little idiot Maroon, your bedroom. You think we really are going to commit on the level there? But the boy, the man, mess we up certain because we are not mash up with operation. And we are get that message from the crown where maybe all a man lose all in position. Because when the head officer them a call in and I say, yo, what go on in the colony? This is the money kind of good on in the Jamaica. And yes, the things are going on there. Owner manage done there. A man don't want to come send back no bag of bad report every time. So a man have a fine strategy now how we can quell the local judgment ball Maroons. Because we can't go send back bad report, go give the monarchy certain way, man. Out of the one of many colonies. So they just cook up a local thing. We could sign them a local treaty. They're not so wise. They don't know English and can read. And the conditions, because I mean, as a country not even sign like no signature, you know, because I never have no signature. A man just do a local mark to say, yes, that represent my signage. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But what was the clause and the details of that treaty? Catch back your own judgment ball in the black people. We are trying to come off, return them. Yeah. And when we need extra help for you, if you can't catch us on slave, we get that. And the Maroon say yes to that and commit to all of that and did all of that, according to history.
Sure.
You know what I say? But the winning was meager. It was a great, like myself, moral. Because when not now go on through and we're being subdued as slaves. Even if one officer did get a right hand in our face, or something you don't hear in the history books, if it was written by us, and go through time, we are going to say, yo, me say, Johnny give the slave master one in our face.
Yes, sir.
But that never win the war. But it better than man just subdued. You know what I say? It's better than subdued.
There's something to reflect upon.
Try and glimmer of light to say, yeah man, maybe we can rebel a little bit.
See.
Maybe there is a light at the end of the tunnel. But it's far win the war, and the rest of the history sure that never is the war. Because the Jamaican government did come rise up and come on Jamaica, the 62 independence and all these things, and Rary and all these things go on and night around the place till all no. But even they almost they even want to infringe on that so-called Maroon Treaty. We even certain man in the control now, like Maroon Treaty, I want that. That's a long time ago sitting that, man. Huh? A fight now, them have to fight to even that even be recognized officially. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the man them just left them in the cockpit country Nothing nah go on. If you're a Maroon, you have access to the airport. You come like it's like a prisoner. The Maroons don't come like a prisoner. Pan Jamaica. Because Jamaica is like an island already. It's like an Alcatraz surrounded by water. And then the Maroons, them would have surrounded by Jamaican. Because cockpit countries like within the interior of Jamaica, up in the hills vibes. So all around the Maroon would be the free people or so-called sovereign. That'd be a Jamaican. And if you're a Jamaican, you're under the border of the British monarchy. You're a British subject.
Hold on, Bobo. Yeah, let me bring on a caller here. Caller?
Yes.
Blessed? Rasta. Man, gone.
Yeah, maybe can call back.
Yeah, Virgin gone. Check so the Virgin still up on the line. Virgin gone. Alright, yeah, Bobo, so alright. Yeah, the man them paint that narrative, you know, to say boy, yeah man. You know, them defeated the British and the English, but you know the reality is far from that. You know, far from that. And I'm not trying to take away anything, you know, away in that respect from the Maroon, but when you check it out, you know, if that was the case that you defeated, then you know you would have the sovereign power and would be calling the shots. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be someone else calling the shots saying that, you know, alright, you know, this is what me I give you, and you know, you just go on easy with that. No. You know?
Yeah, and then the Maroons was a bit divided. Because you had the wayward and the leeward, and they had a difference of opinion on two opposite ends of the highland. Then there was another treaty that followed that first treaty there. And that treaty, when them tricked them and them war them, I saw them, the history said them take away a portion of them, go carry, have a Halifax, Nova Scotia, and Canada.
See?
Yeah. So a large percentage of the Maroons, them, were taken out of Jamaica. The ones them who did it back now are the leftover ones them. And the British them say, hey, watch what we are going to do now. Just go curling up and sending up. You know, they are the Caribbean now. We are going to carry on further beyond. We are going to send up and Nova Scotia there. And that's what happened. You find the history of Nova Scotia and Canada there now. Is white people, but they have their black populace. And some of them people, they have their history go back to being Maroons. See them in Canada there. Yeah, the descendants of the Maroons that it can drop from such time.
Rasta.
But what I'll say with for the remaining Maroons them in Jamaica, I would say they would be somewhat more wealthier than the average Jamaican. Because at least them have a decent size of land where they can say I feed them that. I don't know if them pay any taxes or that, but within terms of wealth, them have a land, I don't know how much in terms of zoning where they can develop it to a degree. Other than, you know, the Akompong and certain places like that, I don't really see no Maroon City have any kind of prominent statue where they say, yo, look on a nice little place they would make up in Jamaica or where that. A man say, yo, they look a private place, Maroon City, you know, them man they lock that, you know. It's Maroon since them time to now, as far as me know, is pretty much just bush. Cockpit country. I don't know of any development in a Maroon territory. So the wealth where them would have now is the amount of peoples per capita for the amount of land settlement where them get. What more than say they're maybe wealthier than the average Jamaican. I like although them pay feet in some ways with them blood. But financially they never really put up no money like a Jamaican now have to come and then you have to go buy a piece of land and this or that. Inherit that. And they have the ability, I guess, to develop or do something. But let me say, no hotel, no resort, some look of meager things, and it's based off the historical vibes to say the Maroons. And that even more lending to Jamaica's tourism industry. Come and come there, if you say they come to Jamaica to feel alright. And then they want maybe go circle up our Kampong or Maroon Town and catch a vibe. Maybe then donate something if there's a donation box or whatnot. But that just become more of a ornament to Jamaica's history. So it add more to Jamaica than to add to the Maroons as a separate society. Yeah. But yeah, man, poverty is a destruction to I and I, my lord. The people of the world, Rastafari. Yeah, especially Rastafari now we want to head and lead out the people them and show the people them the way. Spiritual way is just a half of that backup. Or even if you want to say all of it, but without the material balance, the spiritual is off balance. And that, like you said in a previous show, would be a balance. Spiritual without material balance is a balance. And it's affecting us a lot today. It's affecting Africa. You know, Africa is spiritual people to the fullest. And that is what I think the strategy where our oppressors use against us, our own spirituality against us, our own loving of a God and a creator, the desire to go pray and worship, and use it against us. And just put us on a look a hamster wheel of go pray, go this, that, go spiritual, go God, and neglect our economical balance, while the said scripture is telling us that food is the staff of life. You get different parable about God give one man a coin or whatnot and him go hide with him, the next man go invest for him, and bring returns. And the man will just sit on pan him and never do nothing. God wasn't pleased with that man. So there's still other passages in the Bible to help balance up the notion of, say, you're poor and you're blessed with that. In no way our family just means you go fool and not do nothing and you're blessed and you're poverty. And to be a man of God is of poverty. One of the disciples who follow Christ was a man of prominence. Because enough man Christ didn't where they have them big work and I do them thing. Fisherman, all kind of man. And everybody some poor man of follow Christ, Because when they say the Christ get crucified, I want a man come and help pay for the thing to make the man wrap up in a sackcloth and get a burial kind of thing. And funeral dear these days. So imagine all that in 2,000 years ago. How expensive that would be if you get sackcloth burial. A man just throw you want to look a hole. You don't want a shallow grave. Sackcloth burial and bury in a cave side. What? They must have money that. Yeah.
For real.
So the God just come meet we and come down on the ground level and find we in our poor state. And we know say it is better you teach a man how to fish than just give him a fish. So the Christ was a fisher man where give a fish, spiritual fish. That's why when they say feed the multitude, man will have it like say a man take one fish and go feed off all 1,000,000 people. No, it's the spiritual knowledge of fish. Tough doctrine where one couldn't understand, the man make it soft like loaf of bread. Easy to digest. Once take that out of concept, no one have it like say, I want tough rock stone, granite stone, I'm gonna give man for him. Imagine a vain thing, because these things are allegory and poetry.
So, what the I would consider living life, because as the I did say earlier, that having life is one thing, but living is another. So what the I would consider as living life?
Well, living life first and foremost is knowing your God self. Knowing yourself as humanity where you stand in this creation where you manifest. That is your consciousness. If you say, I have the breath of life in me, means a living being. But that is too shallow for just know so you're a living being. You're a living being manifested by a almighty creator, chief architect of all things. We see things greater than we, where we know so few we had never make. We don't know no man where did make the sun, moons, and stars. We allude to know say His Imperial Majesty make that through the powers of the word, sound, and power. But we know say we see man make car, man make house. As no man come make no fashion the moon in the beer hand and the sun and the stars and the wind and these things and the ocean. So these great marvels of nature make we know say there's a creator, and that we make we meek and humble ourselves and that give life to it. Because that set us upon the path now of greater knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, because we humble it ourselves unto God, humble it ourselves like to a child, and know say it make all of we one because all of we born as human being. So we know say all of we in the said position, no man no greater than no man on that level there in terms of being a created. You know, we have the one almighty creator and we are the created. So we are the created beings. So all of we supposed to just humble down now and surrender to the will of the Most High God. And that is I and I wealth, and that is what make I and I the living. The man of God is a man who have life, a woman as well. Man and woman have life and we are living. Because that is the spirit, the knowledge and wisdom and understanding of God within is what makes us the living. And that is irrespective of ones who don't have riches or monetary wealth or this, that. Because while we're striving in life to get things, it's not a must I want to go get rich. It's just something to strive for, and having ambition is a natural thing. So that mentality is great to have, but it's not a must. Maybe I want to get 100,000, the next man get 1,000,000, the next man get 1,000,000,000. Different gauges. There's different amount of money or finances that make different people happy. That's why the king did suggest the fundamental standard when we say the average man want a roof over his head. You know what I mean? I say clothes, you know, and the basic local standard of life, clean water and these things. That's the average. There's ones that go above and beyond that, which is fine as well. But some man they are right with the average. But the poverty now, there's ones that is in subhuman bondage and living under par. That is where the poverty come in now, under the basic fundamental standard. So I and I the living with God first, and we balance out the material, because to live is to have balance, and the balance and the great equalizer is the Most High God.
So, or finance, or there I say finance and thing, because as you say, a man gonna get 1,000,000, or you know, a man gonna get a couple hundred, but finance today within Rastafari, you know, is deemed as, is like he's a sellout. If you're rich, if you're wealthy, then in all
Yeah.
areas, you know, financially is like, you know, you're seen as a sellout. You can't, you know, you're not seen as someone who, you know, put your shoulders to the wheel and achieve. You know what I mean?
Well, that's why within the Rasta village of things is kind of weird, because most of the ones they would consider affluent. I know they look a man on the side road, a chew two peanut, and I say, yes, I, and bless up. And where them ones they look to most of the time. Artists ones, and the artists them not rich. Some maybe, but the large majority is not rich. They just have a public image. And maybe some advertising that would come and like them rich, but they are pushing to want to get rich, and I use the music industry as a vehicle to try to get rich, like that kind of thing. And I don't really see ones knocking that. You know what I mean? I say, man, love artists way absinthe and love artists way that rich. I wish they did richer, and even look to them as leaders. I want handouts on them. So there's a kind of weird dynamic within the people, their mind, and some would relate it back to being bad mind and red eye and green eye, you know, in some of the senses, because everybody wants to strive, everybody fi work hard, because a man I go tell a man, say, yeah man, work hard, it's good fi work hard. Okay, what we are work hard for? Because it's fun and nice, or because we are work hard to achieve and get something, which is usually material. So if something happen when me get the material, they look quicker and faster. I mean, I have to go walk out my back and kill out myself. How is it something good or wrong with that? That is a conflict of interest that don't make no sense. Financing per se, when it come into banking and financing and these things, there's pros and cons. I know say those is an interesting with certain system of government and people introduce that take on name of people, especially poor people. We can't have a thing. Trusting is good and bad. When you're poor, we don't trust because we want to. We trust because we have to. And we have this in no other means. Because we have something we need right now. So financing is just a pretty word we call trust. You trust something. You know? And the trust comes with certain conditions where if you meet it, it can't work for you, can't work for you. So without discipline, that trust can become a detriment to one's well-being, even worse off than it was originally was being poor. So it's all about management. And there's also trusting where it could be something good for you. Because if you're a local entrepreneur now and you want to say you start up your business and you have a great idea, you have certain product, but you don't have enough business money for start up. You finance something and you get all those material and you put that together. You sell back what you sell, you pay back the financier, and you get back a thing in your profit. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Some of the problem that come in again with the financing being black people coming out of the bondage and slavery, and a lot of those institutions and things use as strap for I and I, because what we are ignorant to it, we don't know the game. Same white men we come up slavery, we never come with that, and sometimes they even hold it back from those things. Kind of just black people finance, all races and people finance to try to get ahead. But we are the least out of them would be knowledgeable about those things. So we go in unawares, we're going to get loan shark interest rate for pay back and different things, and we end up mash up with name, mash up with life, and in a debt, leading to bankruptcy and these things. And in addition to that, we as a nation, Rastafari specifically, that is about independence, self-reliance, and doing it for itself. So if Honorable Father Marcus Garvey can show it, Ethiopia is a sovereign nation, but even on a nation level, we see every country is in debt. There is no country that is not in debt. I don't know of any country in the world that is not in debt in some way or form. So the country, so the citizens of the country. If you go check Jamaica there, a lot of the problems we don't see with Andrew Holness we I hear about, it's not completely Andrew Holness. Jamaica is an indebted country from 19 how long. IMF then go sell them out, then go buy into IMF just like Ghana and other places from 19 how long. So there's certain conditions that come with those loans from IMF and those foreign nations and foreign institutions, World Bank and all these things. And a part of that is we have a globalistic stance in a few countries where you can't even compete. Meaning say you're letting big corporations who don't establish with economies of scale to come to business in a local island for your people, and the government supposed to do that to protect your people, and the government can't protect it because the government hand is tied up because they make deal with big old mobster corporation them, and the corporation them want their money. And part of the condition, if you can't pay me back, I want part of the ports or the percentage of the ports. I want to introduce these new systems into your country. I want that because the money now come out of the prime minister, the government pocket. It's taxpayer dollars. Reserves of the country and the nation and the mineral wealth that is in the nations. So the bad management and leader of the government, them go make some funny deals, and the people them always have to be the one them will pay back. And it is a kick the can down the road policy, because Andrew Holness now, we don't see him as a great government, but a lot of things are going. He inherited that from the previous government, and the previous government inherited that from the previous one, and the previous one, and the previous one. So it's a revolving door of debt, bad decisions, bad management, bad policy. And I don't know how one's are going to get out height without freedom, redemption, reparation, international justice, because the black world especially, and these neo-colonial places all over the world, where we get independent over Africa, they at a handicap. That's why you see France and name out Nigeria.
Blessed.
That.
Blessed love, my love.
Hold on there, Bobo. I'm going to turn up. Hold on there, my lad. I'm going to turn up the phone here. I think a bit low. Yes, King. Blessed?
Blessed?
Yes, I.
Yeah, man, give thanks to life. How art thou?
Yeah, man, we're there, man. Give thanks to life, my lord. Give thanks.
Blessed Lord, honorable prophet, Brian. Yeah, my Lord, give thanks again,
My Lord, blessed love.
Surely, man, give thanks.
Yes, honorable.
Yeah, and give thanks to the topic and give thanks to the awareness, like you say, the mental bandage on our capacity to strive within the economic developments have to be broken, you know. That's true liberation, you know. Yeah, when you can feed yourself and clothe yourself, shelter yourself, you know, defend yourself. That's real moral progress, you know. So, and I give thanks for such reasoning, you know.
Yes, far right. Yeah, man.
Natural. I know, like, poverty is a crime, you know. Yeah, that's a fact. And but like on the term poor and so, you know, through the reasoning, it make me draw into self and sort out the word poor, and I like come to the conclusion that being poor as a poor and a have not is to me is the, I think he kind of the inclination is that we're not represented by our country and our nation, you know. So that's like a poor state, like a poor, that's the poorness of I and I, you know. So within the journey of the Rastafari development, the teachings and the liberation, that's where we connect forward again to get full representation within sovereignty, you know. So I you know, ain't like something I thought about every day, but the reasoning draw me to kind of like see it through the lens there of why we are being called poor, you know. Yeah, because it really doesn't really like connotate just like a financial state only, you know. Yeah, it come forward to like a person being aligned with the nationality and the whole status of a nation, you know. Yeah, so our bands have been broken for a little moment there, and we kind of reconnecting forward. It's like that's the state, you know, that we are at that time, you know, coming forward to a greater time still. Yeah, so I don't know how the identity, I don't kind of give me a little bit more like inclination on the term poor. I just put minds forward, you know.
Say so a man think it's so easy. So I don't know if it's how the people think, if they think with a poor mindset that, you know, is the reality or, you know, the outcome of their reality, then. Because
yeah, but I don't think they. Okay, go ahead.
Go on, my lord.
Because you know, like, remember now, you know, a man who come to bring you back to all thoughts and bring you back to our remembrance of man. We coming out of man. You know, man is perfect within all in all his you know interactions, you know, whether it be with the trees, the birds, the bees, with humans, you know, man is perfect. We're working towards that state. All right, I'm saying to you that the mindset coming from the term a poor man doesn't necessarily connotate him being in a bad state, because it's a long, steady climb, you know. And we, like, if you do it in terms of numbers, right? Like, our creation nation is from the beginning. But if we mark the highlight, we didn't even do 100 years as a nation. If you understand the levels of the term, when you say 100, these men been at this same movement for 100 years. That is not our cause. We still, in the terms of looking at it from a highlight reel and saying, all right, these people come out of slavery. What is their position? Their position is to get their minds correct. Now, when they get their minds correct now, they're going to move towards dealing with, like, let me say, collective security. So, like, collective security going to take you out of the term of, like, a buyer and a seller. So we're going to be more, like, foundating and providing from all our needs. Food, shelter, clothing, our poor vacancies. So I'm saying to you, like, the scope that a poor man really look forward to is the development, is the ones them that look like us, song like us, that should they choose not to live like us, they have like a capitalist ambition. What then now always fails and always has a, let me say, a starting over point. Not ever starting over point, but a crash. It always crashing. So now it looks like all them people there, a sure amount of them have this kind of mentality, but it'll just be like a sometimes it's growing pains too, We develop it and we try different within the development, because I can remember how I used to be 20 years ago. And now at this point, making 30 years now is like, wow, you definitely can't reach a success while we're doing 20 years ago. But I was on the journey 20 years ago, but I still didn't iron out how I would go about rising to the occasion through the oppression and the depression. So within the economic standpoint, from a journey of a poor man, he gonna make certain mistakes. He gonna have that growing pains, because his success is a divine way that don't have none to do with how the capitalists grow his kingdom. So it's like from the seed up, everything that we're gonna do gonna connotate like life. So, like for instance, on economic development, to me we should refocus and get a reasoning and conquer some of the pro-vagancies that we are up against. We should be able to control making our own clothes, on our own shoes, growing our own food, because we have land in international countries. Some countries don't snow, some do snow. We have the weather that we could work all year round. So I'm saying we just got to recalibrate as a growing pain, because we're growing and we have some pains knowing that, okay, that external look like we want no better, that's far from it, But the growing pain is that you're trying with others that maybe might not be of this. Sometimes it's like agents in between, like crashing the programs. So we have worked enough universal programs and they come like the administration have like the devil in it to sabotage the program. But the same man who bring the vision through the poor man and the poor and the have-nots, he still was able to prove to the world that he have financial power by moving his people in different capacities to pioneer different visions within the kingdom. And we've seen it manifest today. But we still have that growing pain of a better economic strategy and a collective security within interdependence upon ourselves, and not dependent on any other mediums or stream to have an economic turnout or revenue. We haven't worked out them pains, I ain't gonna lie. We're still working on them. So I say this to set up because one time in an interview, they asked Emmanuel, so what about your economy? And what about the economy? Emmanuel said, the war ain't got nothing to do with it. And I asked myself, what do you mean by that? But I realized the man that make your own clothes, your own shoes, grow your own food, and you have a system. And you know the system that we fail to realize? My lord, Moses was accounted as the greatest taxation the world ever knew. So they copy it and turn it around and twist it and change the numbers. But the taxation that we fail to uplift within our community is the downfall of our community. I just went on to say all these things to bring that forward still, you know. So it's just that development I see needs to work on within the growing pains, you know. But as a poor man, I think it comes from the term that we ain't got Africa to represent you right now, you know, like on a full scale of like how everybody has got their race represented in a nation called the constellations, you know. Yeah, the China man, his embassy, he got to his embassy, he got protection, you know. Asian man, it's the same man, you know. The Europeans, they don't know how they set up already. You know, they got different factions of Europe, but all of them is still Europe, right down to Russia. Everybody is same European. They just want me to feel like they're divided, but they ain't divided. All of them against the black man, you know. So to me, like that, the access to that growth is lined with sabotage inside and outside, you know. So we gotta like kind of like forgive ourselves like at some point, but at the same time, like we either be pushing, yeah, we got to really make it effort that our children and the younger people that come into this here take more due diligence, you know, in making us independent, you know, of any other foreign aid or foreign, you know, interruptions, you know, in our what you would say,
Yeah. I pray.
Yes, I.
No, but I say, yeah, the scripture say, what does it profit a man to gain the world and lose his soul, basically, you know? So it's basically that interest and prioritizing and as Rastafari, Bobo Shanti, and conscious people of love and right choose certain path that might seem to lend to the poor part and aligning with what I say honorable priest, I believe it is. Yeah, there's different ways where one's look and would define poor, because even when the colonial imperialists them come into Africa and other native peoples within them land, those people were wealthy. Maybe them have naked back and just have one piece of leather cloth, fur or whatnot to cover them buttocks. But guess what? Them have them family, them have them system of how to live, them have them shelter, whether a teepee or mud hut. They know if you go hunt and get them look food and plant their garden. They never drive no Benz and BM, but guess what? Those were not poor people. Those were wealthy people. Were alright, nothing bother them nice under the sun. You know what I say? There's history where I tell you, say in South Africa, once in a buckle in two upon diamond, these surface diamonds. What did they? Zimbabwe and different places. Gold did they? I and I as Africans no fool to gold or frightened for gold. I in the late when this vanity capitalistic, as the warrior said, mindset will come in, my lord. The things that we did done used to already, we never frightened for gold and diamond. We see them look shiny sitting there walk past here. The chief or whatnot take that and make ornaments with it, do so look something. See Ghana there, or some look a seashell, something the man them used to use as their currency in Ghana. And Ghana are the gold coast known as gold. And while them that use them thing there as currency, them man them may have gold. So poor is just a lacking, and it's a universal lacking. It just doesn't, it's not limited to financial lacking and you don't have no money. It is a lacking of a system, a government, an organization. It's a lacking of being able to provide for your own means, to be self-reliant, you know, and define within your own way based on your survival. Not a next one within big car and big chain and looking and say, oh, you're poor. No, if me can't eat, and that I would say King Emmanuel was lending to. To say if I and I self-reliant and I can't eat and drink, for no system where I and I have offers corruption out there, that not matter me. We are our own world. And from we can't eat and drink and have the fundamental basic standard of life, whether the rich, poor, good or bad, everybody want food, clothes and shelter. So if we can maintain that, we are right. We don't have to go deal with the X world or the outer world. We have our own world. And not go frighten me with vanity to make we run out of ourselves and have this mind. Oh, we're poor. Well, on there, I just ate a nice organic meal this morning. Me have nice garments on my back with fresh and clean. Maybe I don't know Gucci and Louis Vuitton name brand, but a nice little pants and shirt with me did have I go through with and it clean, me neat, me tidy, me well tucked in. You know, me have me look a ranch there, so I set away that me have a garden for my land. How dare any bastard finally come to tell me about me poor? And me have me God in my heart and love my family and my children, this or that. That could never be poor. You know? So poor is just the lacking, the universal lacking of the means, the self-sustain oneself as an individual and as a group or as a collective.
Seeing. Yeah. Yeah, man, because, alright, a whole lot of people right now, seeing, all over the world, especially so-called third world countries, where to be poor, Zin, to be poor is the biggest crime. And it is not seen by people who are in so-called high position. It is seen by the people who actually live the reality of being in a poor state of mind, a poor living condition, poor financial condition, you know, just poor all around. Zine? But people are still comfortable, or people try to live through it. Zine? People try to just don't pay it any mind. That is how people are conditioned these days, that, you know, it is just the norm. You know? So when people do break out other mindset, there is mostly the younger generation come out of the mindset there, you know, than the generation that was like 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Zane?
Like you say, yeah, that's a fact. Yeah. To me again too is like the growing pains. Because I could speak for myself and my family and the work with my brethren from near and far globally. And I could say that the growing pains are, you know, it's there, you know, it's we have no more tolerance for the pain, where that we don't even want to rest in we bed too long over time. It's work time, you know. When it's Sabbath, it's Sabbath, but when it's work, said we. So I'll get into the point where that it's high time, you know, that we like make the one generation. It's too much of the what is it, the cloud, the mist that is over us or around us or close about us, in the midst of us, so to speak. It's about to clear up, and I'm saying that there is a few alone, like you would say, because you say a majority of the older, or like a more mature group of people really doesn't gravitate to that ideal, you know. Marcus Garvey said, "Though it's late, we have found a new ideal," you know. So that ideal, some of us saying grabs, I can't. Let me just speak. They have a portion of said ones is into that downtrodden type of just let God take care of it, you know. or let it be, because that's what God wanted to be and all of that stuff. But I remember a
Yeah,
man said,
dogma.
if you can't brighter, you make it bright, you know. So we just gotta work continuously to brighten it up, because it really ain't looking good. But like I say, like, it's like you got 4 man, one focus and the 4 in focus on the mission. So there's only so much you could do as 1 man or 2 man in the midst of 10, you know. And boy, and we got tendency as a nation that we don't leave out of chaos quietly, you know. We like to bring down everything with our chaos, you know. That's a struggle that we got to purge out our thoughts. Like, if we can't deal with something, don't call it down or don't tear it down because you ain't want to be a part of it anymore. I think that's another struggle again that in our minds as a people can't break away something from that ideology. That's the word. If you can't do it, that means it can't be done. But if you could do it, that means it must be done, you know. So sometimes we don't be saying God could do, but we is the God to do the work, you know, and all of that different stuff there. So that's why I was thinking about the meek and inherit the earth. The long climb is first knowing yourself, like what Virgin was saying earlier, and gravitating to those that know themselves, and let's see if we could put 2 things to work something together now and start moving in the right direction, and you know, get back to our status within unity. God, my Lord, the only thing that represents God is our unity. I'm sorry for if a man take it personal and think me saying he representing personally God, but our unity is what God really called himself, you know. So you know that we could get no hypothetical or even get into no hypocritical rant or raves concerning who ain't doing what. We still have to unify and still have to work to prove God is living and well and airy and sure, our unity. So I just say like over the years we weeding out some things and we're trying to get more things, like I say, to be a more of an ideal for across the board. Elder, young, to come. Everybody should have that same ideal across the board within prosperity and in, you know, like the Virgin said, that basic right, that guaranteed right, you know, to all human beings, you know. Yeah, to live in, you know, in love and unity and reasoning and conscience, and should act towards one another in a spirit of brotherhood, you know. Yeah, I see it coming, and it's just that long journey, you know. Just keep walking, cause I gonna say I've been here a time, and the man gonna tell me I've been here twice your time, and then next man gonna say, yeah, I just been here half of your time, and so we all got to put that together now and make that work. Cause like I said, we're still young and we still have we still have that time on our hand, you know. In our benefit, I should say, the time.
Yeah, but I would have to say we have to look upon it like so the time short, and we have to look upon it like behind time. And when the youths them rise up and see the history of where we have come from as a people, as a race, you know, pretty, and they would ever want even disassociate themselves, because it's not in some ways they look upon it not a badge of honor and pride, because it is a losing, it is a defeat. We were colonized, we were broken, we were slaved. And myself and others can take pride in that, you know, so we rise, we fall, we go through it, and we're still there. But some other ones more emotional and sensitive can look upon it the other way and say, yo, we're losers, we lose out. And even in a lot of the cases, still carrying that losing badge to say we are the loser. You know, we action in some of the ways. And a lot of the youth them gravitate to know within the monetary advancement to try to come out of poverty. Because the quickest way for sure say we is not poor. Look at me, I have money, I have the latest shoes, I have the latest this and that. And while that alone is not enough, it still have some merit, because physical material things we need, and we need to champion that, because we're wealthy people coming from Africa. Then rob we and take everything, put we in our stage where we don't even have names and we identity. So part of the identity is coming back to the king and the queenship. We have to know, so we are royalty, and it's not just spiritual royalty. We are royal people of the earth and wealth. Our most like God of creation give we the domination and rule over the whole earth as black humanity, and that is our responsibility. So we can't shy away from that. And the Bible even speak of that before even the 10 Commandments come into play. You know, fruitful and multiply, so man to woman, and the earth for man to dominate over as human being. Those two was even given before, prior to the 10 Commandments, where 1,000 years later, as a fundamental rule for I and I, as a seat of power as black man in the earth. So the youths them, you know, we look upon them because they're strong and know the future, strong and able. And what was considered poor yesterday or yesteryears is not the said today, because things become more complex in the world where we live. And while we can't go take up the world out there and take it up our head, certain things never change, like the earth. The earth is basically, you know, the Lord, you know, it's the Lord's and the fullness thereof, and we are the inheritors of the Lord's kingdom. So the earth, naturally, the meek shall inherit the earth. So we look towards that, because we create a rule and make the earth. So naturally, we is the inheritors of that inheritance. We depend on will as God's children. But also, within the land itself, all things come from the land. The food that we eat, the said clothes, the said shelter, everything come from the land. So most wars on the earth fight as a result of land. Whether a religious war or that war is a result of land. Forget land. British Empire colonization is the act of going around to of conquest to acquire more land. Because more land mean more wealth, more arable land to farm, more diamond, more gold, more people to work out, more this or that. So I have an ambition of set for some land acquisition, because in the world with landless, and the little bit of land what we have is not enough. It is not sovereign land, crown land. Hence we call ourselves Ethiopians as a sovereign black nation. We've never been colonized. They at least associate with a black land that is actually a black land, versus one look at independence was still granted to us. You know, it's not ordained to us, it's granted to us by the ones that colonize us with some treaty or whatnot. We want a full restoration of our sovereign ancestral homes and land, so we can have the land, because these are the things where you can't go eat off land or drink off land. Land is what hold us up from generation to generation, because you pass on that land to future generations. They eat off of the tree, they eat off of the harvest, they eat off of the bounty, and so it balance up a standard of life. But if the people are landless, because clergy are taking all of the land, monarchy are taking all of the land, government are taking all of the land, chiefs are taking all of the land, that is systems they put in place to keep the people them poor. So that is orchestrated poverty. It's not people just lazy. The hardest working people are poor people. It's not rich people. Yeah, poor people are the garbage man and woman them, and them sweep the streets and clean the roads. White man them and rich people and so-called government them can't go through. So we say that, so there's not even a direct correlation within physically working hard and being rich. You know what I say? So the whole balance of life has been destroyed within the earth based on man's system of oppression where they put in place. You work hard and you get the least. You know, you do good and you get the blessing. They make it where you chat the right way and you get the worst condition because you chat the wrong way. You know? So in the sense there, and that's why the poor is blessed, even though we have lowly spirit. Lowly not means that we don't know God, but the low spirit just means say we in our oppressive system. During slavery, spirit was lowly because what? We are not content. We are discontent with the conditions. You have your children when you look them hungry. As a father, caregiver, you can't find something to give them. Nice princess, you can't find that nice dress to bless up your princess. It make your spirit lowly, the moral is low, you're not feeling nice. You know? As a man, you can't govern your own family how you don't like and be the provider that you can. Yeah? Likewise the woman, because what? There's this bandage, this invisible hand, this system, this ruling system of law, pan with neck back, the yoke that is pan with neck. So the desire is for all of that to change, and that is what the struggle is. The youth them not take no check, is unfortunately them go the wrong way and fall prey and victim to the so-called law. They look at barbarism and draconian law, where basically say, if you not follow what me have off as the right way to attain certain things, a prison for you or death for you. And we are enslaved people. We are people that is in bondage, you know. So now every time, every rules are going to get to follow, because the rules is not always right, or the rules is not always just. Unjust rules to get broke. Yeah. So it's all about finding back with self and finding back the balance within the mind. And when we do that, you know, we can find it material as well. So that's why these conversations is good, even though some take it to where they must seek for the material more than the spiritual, and them is in balance. So both the spiritual people and the material people to come to a holistic balance of both, because that will create life. Good people living good by having good things. And within Rasta, I would say that Rastafari peoples, because I know the history of running out of Babylon and going up into the bushes. Even with King Emmanuel, with the Bobo Shanti camp was set up. These places are places set up as microcosm systems to show example of people desiring back for them sovereignty they can live free. So it is not the ideal. It is a survival, because everything else has been destroyed. So the priestical kingdom of the EABIC, the spiritual kingdom, set up as a hub, a beacon, and the loss of the strength to make we survive, because we are getting them off materialistically wise and spiritually wise. So the honorable priest of the Most High God rise the spiritual kingdom to preserve it spiritually, and the struggle is on where we can get back to with physical, with the repatriation, the reparation, so we can balance back in our material, so we can go with African earth, get we inheritance, get we land, set back in our rightful place, where we can live out full balance. The EABIC represent the spiritual steadfastness of holding on to our souls, and even go through hardship and not selling out to maintain the spirit. But even that said, you know, mean say that is the ideal per se, because that is still not us balancing up into the fullness of ourselves. That is hanging on for dear life. That is survival, and for bring back ourselves to the reality of ourselves. You know, say we need land, we need clothes, not to deter from it or neglect it. We say, oh, we don't need these things. King Emmanuel never can set up Bobo camp because we never need those things.
No, but
if I did Africa,
it's like you said too, you know, you got to like within the focus of what you're reasoning about. It's like that.
Maybe the turban would.
The access to using
my lord, one at a time. Yeah,
let me just
say this
to the point there.
I pray thee, honorable. I just want to say this, because His Majesty say, Zane, a poorly materialistic art would be like a tree which is expected to bear fruit without flowering, sacrifice, grace, and beauty. Zane, for mere utility, your workmanship will be a monument to your name. Mere talk is the instrument of the lazy and will not take us anywhere. Unless a man undertake more than he can possibly do, he will never be able to do all he can. Most High, King Selassie,
Thanks.
Jah,
Jah,
Yeah.
Rastafari.
Rastafari.
And that's the point I was trying to get at. I was trying to show my brethren, like, we haven't encompassed the full capacity of that man work. Because like I said this now, okay, for instance, an economic development, right? And I will tell you about Moses and the taxation system. A lot of man gonna refuse it because it sounds like some kind of religious dogma about authority now. Listen to the clear, you know. All right, within the Congress now, you have a development of learning to turn hand and make fashion, workmanship, like the Sabbath lesson said, in all manner of workmanship. So we don't have no limitations to what is to be done because we know what it takes to build a whole kingdom, a world, a government. So workmanship is limitless, it's infinite. So there is no me and you who have the maturity, we understand that. We ain't talking about what we've seen being done. We're talking about the capacity of the nature of the development. It's limitless, it's infinite. So I'm saying to you now, within that infiniteness, and everyone who's supposed to work within that capacity, you see that thing called tithes, 10% of your earnings? This is what is going to stimulate the Rastafari nation. But we haven't grown to understand that it's not a Christian thing, it's a Christ man thing. That the humble fed, the naked clothed, the sick nursed, the aged protected, and infants cared for is a capacity that goes by a government. So if everyone that is a part of this government or that government per se has an equal, no matter how much you're making, but you have an equal impetus towards covering the humanity, there'll be no poverty. Because I come to realize the kingdom at 10% will have more than any one man could ever have. Because if every man gives a tenth of his earnings, ain't no way the humanity gonna be behind of the man. Just like in the democracy system, a man giving 10%, but he's still ahead of the humanity. That ain't how we go within Moses' law. When everyone gives that tithe, no matter how much you're making, right? The humanity is always ahead of any individual. So individualism is what caused me to be at the point where we're at.
My lad, how can ones give tithes when there's no accountability?
Okay, hold on now. Hold on. That's what we're working on. We're working on redeeming ourselves to accountability. That is what the salvation teaches. So I'm saying to you now, past times, that is the error. Future times, we need to correct and secure and have our security. So I'm saying to you, the system has not been fully activated in the manner that the man would have liked it. Because I'm telling you, my lad, I'm working on this meditation for like 25 years. Like, why we ain't got a tight system? I do some research.
Well, I would.
Hear what the research tell me. Now listen to the history of the research. When we was a young government, right? Every man used to put their work to the government so everybody could have. Well, here what happened now, you know, as we grow, every man start to make their own government in the private, meaning to say a man have a wife and children. So that's his government. So what Emmanuel suggested at that time, he said every man to give a tenth of the earning. But that wasn't passed on to the younger generation. A lot of man hide that from the item. The item ain't know that culture. Some man ain't know that culture, some man know the culture, right? So that was hidden because of individualism. Again, a man could have go and cut 100 stick, make 100 broom and don't have to give none, and he keep all for himself. That create a problem. That's a breakdown of transparency, and like you said, breakdown of accountability. So I'm just telling you, the breakdown is there, and the facts are they are breakdowns, and we need to correct the breakdowns. But what I'm saying to you, the access of working the full capacity of the parliamentary procedures and the statical movements has not been fully encompassed upon. So we got to be careful how we align our thoughts in what the Congress really stand for or what it gives off. Because we still have to work it. It's something that no man can say can't or no man can say it won't. Because you never tried that in that full 100%. So nobody's to be blamed. I mean, calling on me. But I understand from journeying how it's set up.
It wasn't initiated. King Emmanuel rise something that was already
Repeat again. Sorry, let me hear again. I didn't hear that part. Repeat, let me hear.
No, King Emmanuel has established something that has re-established something that has existed from thousands of years ago. Because that is the theocracy and the system that the Israelites go by when they're setting up Jerusalem and other things. Tithes was given since Abraham with Melchizedek and established. So it is very much established and set. So it's ones within these times, maybe they never reach to a fullness of a capacity, but the blueprint more than set. What King Emmanuel said wasn't nothing new per se. It is a remembrance and bringing back a culture and a system that done set since Abraham and Melchizedek. So it's if that length of time and one's not get it yet, I don't know what would get it. But it's more so one's not activating it are enough people. I wouldn't say that King Emmanuel never did activate it enough. Emmanuel set a blueprint, we don't set granite stone in a diamond to a perfection. There was nothing left out. So it's ones now if it do the work and the work can carry out, like what Honorable IJahStar said, the administration is not setting up functioning. Hence in crisis time, when the Israelites them were there and you had the Pharisees, the scribes and the Sadducees and various different one and Essenes are that. It was in the same tab and different thing. It went and become a place of merchandise, place that was still doing the 10% tithes on these things where man have to go kick over table. That's why I'm saying come in our house and you look and you say, oh, what is going in my house? You know? So that was not, it's something that was already
that is the breakdown.
But because
that's the breakdown we're facing with what is going on
here. Hold on, my lad. Hold on, my lad. One at a time.
Administration. So it's just like we repeat what already occurred, and the king re-established back with the priest of the Most High God Melchizedek in the flesh, and then it just reached back to the key and bump again. No reason other than the nature of man, which is still not coming into that perfection of the Christ self, which is good over evil, and man and right and woman of right is God in the flesh. Nothing else. There's nothing wrong with the system was set already that. It's just the good now carry out in the fullness, and the reap and the tears is gonna go on until the day of judgment and at the end. But that said, repatriation is still a must and still need to go ahead. So you couldn't go wait till that reach this perfection. The least it could do is being an administration functioning in the right way. But if that is not even possible, then the thing has to move on. Because when I said what was set is not the ideal per se. It's the spiritual ideal of salvation to save with. The materialistic ideal is in it as well, the foundation. But the fullness of that manifesting is going to be us returning to Africa. Because Mother Africa is the bulk and bounty of the black wealth. That is where we land there with gold, with diamond, and up Bobo Hill with gold and with diamond, the fullness of our wealth. Where they stole and take we from. So the God bring me back with things to remembrance, give we back with spiritual salvation, make we know ourselves and make we worthy recipients of the kingdom, which is Mount Zion, Africa. Where we can balance with the food, clothes, and shelter in our own world, live our own system and reign it out sufficiently without outsiders coming in to disturb we and oppress we and doing all kind of things. We can more defend ourselves in Africa. So the God just give you an example, implant a seed up a Bobo Hill, feed for take root, plant back in Africa with repatriation and grow up and spread.
Yes, I. All right. The accountability part of the thing, because when you read Malachi 2, Zane, Malachi 2 is really speaking about tithes an offering. See, now
Perfect.
Malachi say, as I post a video yesterday with the Honorable Priest Imani, and I asked the Virgin if what we're seeing now, why ones don't want to repatriate, is because of the saying that ones are just there because they want to collect from foreigners when they come in and things like, if that is the reality. Now, when Malachi 2 say ones are stealing from the storehouse of God, Zine, and how can a one steal from the storehouse, Zine? And what is it that God want from a man really? Can a man really provide riches for God? Because the reality of the situation, you know, why there's no accountability is because when people give them hard working 10%, Zine, that have been established, people start to take it and do what they want to do with it. It's the same 10%, you know, that the people them pay over the years. Is the same 10% them did give Judas 30 pieces out, you know.
No.
Eh?
No.
Virgin, is the same money where is the same money where them a collect from all along the priests them and the Pharisees them give Judas 10%, 30 pieces of silver out of said way, and I said money there. You understand? Where them a collect from the people them are the same man them where you hear the Virgin and say Christ have to kick over the table, Zine, because them turn it the thing in a den of thief and gamblers and criminals, Zine. So today the 10% people should hold them 10% in a them pocket, Zine, and build for themselves right now until you know people can see accountability. You understand? Because if you go take up hard working money right now, Zine, where it already cost of living is so high already, and we say boy, you are gonna give some man the money of it all, and them man there don't have no accountability when you check for them life, Zine, for them life itself.
That's understood. That's history for sure. That is an accounted history. What you talking about? That is nothing far-fetched. That is and was a reality, and we working towards giving a solution to change that, because hey, what happened to the whole accountability of it now? You know. All right, that happened, right? And they have some elders and they have some young ones that suffer because of that too. Not just the thief, not just the disobedient.
I have 15
but
minutes left on the platform.
They have loved ones that have suffered because of the non-accountability. So I'm saying to you is whether you hold it, because that's what you have to do at the present time until you get some more likelihood of transparency, so you could know that at least you could in your mind, you know, yeah, it makes sense to you. I'm saying that the downfall of the nation is without it, so the uprising of the nations is with it, our nation. So we could figure out, to me, sometime coming up in the future to make it right, because we ain't gonna know how we gonna make it without it. That's what I say to the man them, like within that scope of what you say, government, because is a thing like I tell you, you know, we in it together. So we have to work it together, no matter how, if it's just a few, no matter if it's a lot, you just have to work together. And it ain't gonna get better unless we do it like that. Because every man gonna only be able to reach so far to let we speak of the most important to his children. You see? Where you don't hear from me, you hear from my next one. That is an African ingrained reasoning concept, life, liberty. So we need for our children them to be able to stay within the liberty and live life and to be prosperous within life. They still will have to come to this and be a part of this. So this not looking like the best thing because of non-transparency and poor accountability. It causes our children, if they want to keep it 100, to not want to develop themselves within this. So my point of reason all the time is based on a man that have a family, an empress and children. And I know the community, without the community, our children them have been straying away from this. So that's all my concern is a fire. Anytime you hear me reasoning and trying to bring up this thing up some accountability as a nation, is because I see the children them getting mixed up with the deities of Babylon. And if this don't work, that's judgment for them. So I'm saying to the item, we have to figure out that original system, because democracy, you could go in every kingdom and every government right now, and democracy got suffering masses of people in every race. So democracy definitely ain't gonna work for no race. And if we want to raise back up the ancient theocracy government, we're gonna be the universal government of the whole, all the races. It's just until such time. That's all it is. Nothing gonna change until such time. So that's why I continue to reiterate the need for
what I have to add is I agree.
We as a young businessman then need to work more corporate,
but, in addition to that, I
introduce that corporate development,
even the transparency. Because
say that again, my lad.
No, I agree. I totally agree with what you say in terms of the transparency that's not there. I want to keep them strengthened in their pocket. But I think it's even more than that, because the basic fundamental structure of government is non-functioning. Look for the Jamaican government. Look for the UK government. All the government administrations around the world, right? You could ask the people them, go do a survey on the road, this, that. Do they like this government, this party, PNP, Labour Right, Ray, whatever? Okay, things is not going great. We can all agree with that. Within government, it can run better. There's corruption, there's this, that, right. But what is the basic them have? The basic. Them have all of the members in Parliament, the Senate, the Congress. There's a seat where all of the necessary members would require a seat, have them seat and they're functioning. So provisions is there to try and make good grace on government conduct. But it is not even at that stage. The basic structure of seating, if you have ones in place to even pint for them to say accountability if you do a good better job. How you going to pint for transparency and accountability when there's nobody in the seat to address for accountability and transparency? Yeah? Who you gonna point the finger at when there's nobody to point the finger at? So it's we not even reach the stage of transparency. You know? You still need the functioning organ structure and body. Them have Congress and Senate and Parliament and the seats. Like the structure did there, not the blueprint did here. But it's dysfunctioning because what? Who's in office? Who may take this thing to? When you look at man do a multi-office or there's no office there and there's deliberation about who fi go in the office. And not Johnny and not Tommy, no side no fi go in there. So all the people look for good government. We not go a change for one bad breed government to your next bad breed government. We don't care by what name it goes by. Because as a Bobo Shanti and a Rastafari, I stand by the people. Because the people stand above all government, parliamental, theoretical, churchical. So I am for and by the people. Most and foremost. Even more than the administration, I am as for the people. And as the people, and as a vice, may I say that the administration not run right. And transparency is only part of the issue. But the judgment ball structure the way I run right. Yeah. Or forget even run right. What the judgment ball structure there. Heart, I pray thee. Forget structure run right. What the judgment ball structure there.
My lord.
Yes,
You know, as I
Bobo.
hear you say something that I meditate something and say, but here why I meditate. But you know what we asking for, what we working towards. You know that is lost and can be found no place globally. There is no transparency in Babylon. No place, no time at all. But guess what? There is a concerted effort for a group of people to manipulate others. So they come together within that conspiracy, make it an objective that they're going to get monetary and lucrative profit out of these people staying in lack of knowledge and lack of self-love all over the globe. So I think that our work that we just do sometimes is such a great work that we sometimes take it to understand that what? You know, say, that's a real long, steady climb. Because there's no humanity did it other than the Ethiopians. We gave them so much hundreds of years to run the wall and they still ain't reached to that standard yet. So I just said that to like kind of like compliment the item and like what an honorable quest and an honorable, you know, and a divine momentum to take the earth power too. That's a compliment, you know.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. True. But yeah, it is a tough style where the people and the government is concerned. When there's a broken trust, any mission is a tough sell. Because it's almost like an anarchy, you know? Because when there's a broken trust on certain things, it's just like any relationship. You have your wife or your girlfriend, you go and good and have a sudden mistrust of cheating or this, that. A problem. So all the
important thing.
Come with a relationship.
Yes, sir. Family, you know.
Not really a function because that mistrust is going to be a big elephant in the room and a big stick in the wheel of progress. Yeah. And until it is addressed, it's like, yeah, it's like a scrimmage. Every top on them bottom as the thing of them say.
And like I said to the man, them is like within a part of it is like I see that the young man them just have to allow some of the elder man them to just have that way that sometimes you can't deal with. Just allow them to get that space and try not to get distracted by what your purpose is. You know? Because you know what it is to go 50-something years with the same divine momentum on a Monday, a Tuesday, a Wednesday, a Thursday, a Friday, a Saturday, and a Sunday. 50-something, how much? We there 58 to 2000, that's 42. 2000 to 23, that's 65. Yeah, 65 years. Spiritual momentum, a classroom, a college, a university, to learn of the teachings of His Majesty. It in itself is great achievement. No other nation have done that on the face of the earth. They barely could ring the bell for Big Ben and time, much less, you know, people maintain a churchical school room temporal and spiritual reality. Okay, yeah. A temporal and spiritual reality where that a man could come and learn to be from a scientist right up to a carpenter, you know? And is no contradiction to life and what life have taught I and I, you know? So to me, that in itself is a great accomplishment. Now we're looking forward to set another record, you know, which is material progress, you know. But the man I don't teach you about industry is just, like I said, the birds in them have to really like, because I myself working on daily and I'm trying to get my business that I running up to a corporate standard. And like I say, okay, this year I can hire 1,000 new workers. You know, I could go to Africa and sit down with the government and say, well, hey, we want this project to go on in Africa and this is going to help your development. Talk like how the big boys attack and move a nation through economics and corporate design, you know, and understanding how you work within a developing nation and apply ourselves to be within that grain of work. So, like, it's like a takeover without being militant, you know. So it's the wisest takeover I see that anybody have ever launched. King Emmanuel know how to get back the world to run in righteousness again. Because we know, like the brethren was saying earlier, in our development is a seed, you know. Everything grows, everything is natural, we could produce everything, you know. And why ain't produce the earth producing it? So all we got to do is harvest the technology and grasp the intellect to make it applicable for human use or human, you know, interaction, you know. So to me, like I said, like hope I don't get weary, you know. Hope we can hold on and really like be able to think about some things that we kind of like take for granted, in the sense of what role we got to take to make this work, you know. Some of us didn't really, I ain't gonna say it without any apology, some of us didn't really want to, like, I want to use the right word is like start over then. Some of we think we're so big now that we can't go back to doing this. I could tell you, a man as a businessman, I had to go back to groundwork in my business 2 to 3 times already, so I could see what it takes to be corporate. So sometimes we watch people and we see them corporate, but we don't know what to do to become corporate. But sometimes they become an employee in their own business. An employee, sorry. And that's the stage that I think that the nation have to start to kind of look at it. Some of us who like in our 40s and, you know, for like myself, you know, approaching 50 soon and all them things. We have to go back to something kind of like, all right, you know, we got to sit down and deal with pen and paper every minute like a secretary like type of level. Some of us want to be more free to roam the earth, but we have to do certain things to make this work, my lad. And it's called being meek, you know. We got to accept what God telling we know and stop trying to tell God things, you know. Yeah, cause I find that is the too big mentality in the movement right now, you know. I too big to find out how to be a part of accountability, you know. I just want to drop off my money and everybody should be able to do what they're supposed to do. Now maybe you gotta be the man to receive the money, so the thing could go and spend the right way and invest the right way. Cause the right man for the idea is the man that think about it, you know. The man will ever teach you them thing there, you know. So I willing to champion the tithes thing, because that's something I pay in my house, you know. Like all my children, them, we got our own business now. Everybody pay tithes, you know. So, and, you know, nobody don't collect a profit without paying tithes. We don't pay on the capital, but we pay on the profit. You know what I mean? It's a difference, you know. I won't advise a man to don't pay tithes if you don't understand how to pay tithes. Because some people are going to pay on the capital, and then they find themselves going bankrupt and saying, but I pay tithes and no me ain't got no money. No, that ain't what we're talking about. The profit you pay the tithes of the profit and you keep the capital. The capital is investment to keep the business running. So it has a little bit more inclination towards, I think, humility is what we need, you know. Yeah, I don't think it's good. Look at the White House. Look at how the White House run. The White House is not a bunch of young people, you know. You might even find a man in there that is 30 years old as a senator. It's hard. All the men are some real ancient older men. So we got to start to put ourselves in that focus like, wow. If we're there in our 40s now and we had men that do 40 years of work and they're there in their 70s and 60s now, what we really expect from them, man? No, it's time for we now to, I always say this, it's time for we who is at this age and stage in the movement to really like act like reinforcement. And stop trying to reinforce things on top of people that work it and they bring it away. They know. Trying to be reinforcement, you know. Trying to, you know, be the priest that carrying up the psalm reading them. Since they want me to be specific, you know. Be the priest that there and walking in the secretary office, you know. Be the priest that can call the reasoning for the global reasoning, you know. And set up the yard properly where, you know, you got 2,000 and 3,000 visitors at one time. You know? Yeah. So we could get up how we're going and go up how we get in, you know? And really like focus this thing to go home because anything I tell in the item, it equals to repatriation. Me no want to develop Jamaica. Me no want to develop America. Me no want to develop the US Virgin Islands. Me no want to develop Antigua. Me no want to develop Trinidad. Me no want to develop no place in the Western Hemisphere. I telling the item something that is going to stimulate repatriation right now. You know? So within that development there, we just got to reassess as humble lions and knowing that we have the intellect. I talk to the two wise men right now, I met myself a third one. And we, my lad, is of the same age group. We come this around the same time. Time for we to step into the nucleus of the government. And take it by the hands, you know, and push it, you know.
Yes, sir.
Ain't like we can't make ends meet any place we sit down. Technology prove that. You can move your laptop any place in the world. I can move my laptop any place in the world. My virgin there in Africa. You been to Africa, you know. The item two and I one and the item live in Africa. The next one just about to make it to Africa. So we ain't got no limitations to the government, but the only limitation is that we don't have a pattern in what is the transparency and what is the accountability. You know what accountability really come down to be after reasoning to them tonight? Is every man to put time into the government and stop government talk without time. Punch your clock. Yeah. You have to show up. Today you put in 8 hours, you mark it in the book. The secretary work for 8 hours. Yeah, I is the finance and minister. That the headquarters. Put in 5 or 8 hours work today. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing that for 3 months like that. And then the next month I'll come behind and do that for 3 months. That's what the thing need. That's the accountability and the transparency right now. As if one man you leave to do it, he could get corrupt.
My lord. Yes, Bobo. Yes, I. Yeah, come to a NI program still. Prophet Brian.
Truly.
Final words, my lad.
Yeah, but I just like we said, change is required and hardened heart, long time in place have to be removed. We see the rise of Africa there with the youths. African is about 1 point something billion now and growing. And it's mostly younger generation, like 30 and under, make up that populace. And you see what going in Nigeria, young general and various other places. The younger people, them, I see the elder them in a lot of the cases and block them progress. And we need the elder them, we know the way. But long standing, you must have been in Uganda, reigning for how long, what 40 odd years, almost 50 years. Mugabe, they would just come out of place. You know, so a lot of these things same within Rasta, pick up the elders them, but these Mugabe and Museveni kind of attitude, they want to hold a certain position, long reigning, pass all the stage of Alzheimer's and all kind of thing, and still want to hold them corner and make the thing flourish. They're suffocating progress, innovation, and the future strength of the nation, which is the youths them. Instead of providing guidance and wisdom, it still want to sit on the forefront. As a Rastafari youth growing up or that, I always used to look and say, how come every time this is something I have to do with the Rasta so old man thing? Grew up here and big this or that, big old, like, is the warrior mention says youth not is coming into Rasta, and you see them like shy away as much. Rastafari is not promoted as a youthful young children or young man thing. And I know there's children in Rastafari. But every time you don't see something I saw old man, whether it's no turban with bands and music, or it's turban up or, within the order, it is like a old man thing. It's not a youthful vibes or a balance between the youths and the elders, a holistic together kind of thing. Just like how it's predominantly more like a masculine versus a balance between the man and woman. So there's woman. So there's a lot of imbalances where you now see the holistic vibe of the family, man, woman, children, which is some sort of campaign that is advertising that fever. We know over the youths them, we know over the empress them, and princess them more in that way. It is over masculinish, over old man elderish. Where it means that them have a thing called Rastafest or that. Every advertisement, maybe one and few you see I look at one youth, but it's always this. It's not even mature man. When me I say it, it's not mature man. It's elder, 60 plus, not 40-year-old, not 15 a mature age. Man, them will look like them ready if them that work in a Babylon for retire. That is their image of Rasta. Yeah. And it's not a good image. A nation need strong shoulders to build upon. So you need a complement of the old, the young, and in between, woman and everything alike. Because it's a nation. So nation have a variety. Yeah, man. Let's give thanks.
Rastafari. Yes, sir.
Rastafari.
A balance is needed. Yes, I. Yes, my lord and my lord. Yeah, my lord said unto my lord, sit at thy right hand until I make thy enemies thy footstool. So, give thanks, Holy Emmanuel, King Selassie. Rastafari.
My Lord and my Lord. Huh?
Majesty.
My Lord and my Lord, blessed.
Yes, I. Yes, Bobo. Bobo Shanti. Yes, Honorable. Give thanks.
Anna.
Thanks for the moment. Blessed love one and all.
Yes, I.
Peace and love to the community and all families near and far,
Yes, I.
And all blessings and prosperity to brethren and brethren. And all strength to the families, My Lord and my Lord.
My Lord. Yes, Honorable. Yes, Honorable family. Yeah, man, give thanks for the them patient listening and rack up attention. Yeah, we give thanks, Honorable Prophet Brian, Black Star Movement Association, and give thanks also for the Honorable Priest Guidance. Yeah. Rastafari, Black College. Yeah, so manners and respect again, Honorable family. It was it was very upfilling, informative, and I hope we learn something from all of this and know that to be poor is a crime. Seeing? Yeah. And don't be a victim of poverty. Alright? To be poor is a crime. So don't be a victim of poverty. Yes, honorable family. Right, that's how I leave it. And I say more love, more strength. And we're there again later on in the day. See? Later on in the day, we're there again. More love and strength. Time to rise. time to open up your third eye. Full time you start to realize that all this time they've been telling us one bag of lies. Telling us a God in the sky that for you and I he die. Jenko Jesus or meek or mild. These things they taught us from we were a child. False indoctrinating the innocent minds. Mind control is the signs of the time. Android, cyborg, AI, all these things combined. All these things combined might sound like a rhyme, but the evidence reality is right before your eyes. Under no disguise, the age of Aquarius is the shifting of the time. Sun, moon, stars, the planet in the cosmos align. As the cosmos align, low vibration frequency decline. You strengthen your mind. Access to knowledge, information from the Almighty Creator Divine. Creator Divine. The time arise. I feel with time for rise. The time appointed, because I am anointed. The time arise. I feel with time for rise. The time appointed, because I am anointed.
Smash that subscribe button. See you on the next video. I just start the mindset. Smash that subscribe button. See you on the next